came at dawn with banners raised in pride. 10,000 strong, convinced the East would hide. They'd march for weeks through mountain and through snow, certain that their numbers were the blow. But waiting in the valley, calm as stone, stood three men who would rewrite what war had known. The emperor who saw beyond the field, the sword who struck with grace instead of steel, the shadow who had mapped their every fear and turned it into chaos drawing near. History would later call it miracle. Those who fought knew better than that tale. This was not divine, this was precision. War won before the enemy could fail. 8 hours, that's all it took to end what should have lasted years. Not through slaughter, not through glory, but through strategy that conquered fears. The sword, the shadow, and the mind, three men moving as designed. They didn't need more warriors, they needed time. Withdrew the right, exposed the vulnerable one. The gentle smiled and pushed their center through. Never saw the trap they marched into. Formation stretched across the valley wide. Commands but left from right, from back to side. And all the while the shadow moved unseen, erasing officers from in between. Banners fell in silence, orders never came. By the time they noticed, they'd already lost the game. 8 hours, them fall apart, not through force but through the art of knowing where to stand, when not to fight, and turning confidence to fright. The sword held center, calm and still. The shadow broke their commands. Will the emperor watched and waited for the perfect kill. Deploy the secret, massive, terrifying, the weapon that would split the east in two. But wind had turned and smoke obscured the distance, and it fired on their own ranks, breaking through. The enemy collapsed, command was broken. Retreat turned into chaos, fear unspoken. Victory stood there, ripe for taking. One more push and history was making. But then the emperor raised his hand and spoke. Hold. One word. The sword obeyed without question asked, while younger warriors clenched their weapons fast. Let me finish it, one prince cried out, but wisdom knew what bloodlust was about. 8 hours and the done, not through slaughter, through what they'd won. The right to choose mercy over might, and still walk off that field with honor bright. The sword, the shadow, and the mind left enemies alive. Redefine what victory could mean if you were wise. The war that ended with sunrise, but someone watched and didn't understand. A prince who'd fought with all his strength and will. He'd won every battle that he touched, and still they told him, hold, be still. He stood among the fallen, blade in hand, victory burning in his veins like fire, and thought, if this is wisdom's way, then wisdom is a liar. They won the war in 8 hours. They saved thousands through restraint. History would call them heroes. but not everyone was saved.